Just in, breaking headlines shaking the foundation of the Cleveland Browns locker room. A 6-word message just detonated across social media and split Browns Nation clean down the middle. That locker room, already balancing on razor-thin ice through one of the wildest seasons in recent memory, is now straight up engulfed in flames. Nobody saw this coming, especially not from one of Cleveland's biggest offensive weapons. Yet here we are. And the fallout has been explosive. The post was brief, but the shockwave was immediate. What makes it even crazier is the timing. It dropped just as the Browns were still trying to make sense of whatever disaster played out on the field last Sunday. Something is brewing behind the walls in Berea, something real, and you need to know what it is. Stay with me, because what was said and what it implies could forever change how Browns fans view Jeudy moving forward. Before we dive deeper, if you bleed orange and brown, if every loss feels like a punch to the ribs and every win feels like a parade down Euclid Avenue, smash that subscribe button. We don't just watch the Browns, we live the Browns. The stage leading up to this bombshell was already chaos. Cleveland has been clawing through weeks of frustration, sloppy execution, brutal inconsistency, and a losing streak that has sucked the life out of this locker room. 3 wins, 8 losses, and a fan base exhausted from watching elite talent crumble. An offense built to explode continues to misfire. Defenses around the league seem to have solved Cleveland's passing attack. Every mistake feels fatal, and the quarterback carousel, a full-scale soap opera. 3 different starters in 11 weeks, and each switch makes chemistry damn near impossible. But hope was pinned on Jeudy, the Pro Bowler who lit up the league last year. Fans believed he could flip the switch. Instead, what came next stunned everyone. Jeudy, the guy who was supposed to be the spark, finally spoke. After another disappearing act against the Raiders, a 24-10 win that felt more like survival than triumph, the criticism came crashing down. 1 catch, 39 yards, and even that ended in disaster. A fumble that killed a scoring chance. That was the breaking point. Analysts, fans, even former players started questioning his drive, his focus, his heart. Then out of nowhere, Jeudy fired back, not in front of cameras, not at the podium, but online. A single image. A fortune cookie strip reading, "Challenges will only fuel your success." 6 words, nothing more. But that was enough to blow the roof off the city. Was it defiance, determination, a subtle shot at critics, or just a self-pep talk in the middle of chaos? The reaction was volcanic. Within minutes, the post was everywhere. Twitter, Reddit, every forum on the map. Some fans said, "He's telling the doubters to sit down. He's coming back stronger." Others fired back with, "After that game, that's what you post?" The dog pound erupted. Half calling for humility, half riding for Jeudy like he's still WR1. Inside the building, tension reportedly spiked. Kevin Stefanski tried to play firefighter, saying Jeudy is focused, frustrated, but locked in. But fans know coach speak when they hear it. Something's off, Jeudy, and the national media smelled blood instantly. Overnight, Jeudy went from last year's hero to the eye of Cleveland's newest storm. Then came the cryptic teammate posts, lines about accountability, working in silence, letting performance speak louder than quotes. Fans started connecting dots, and suddenly this wasn't a post. It was a full-blown locker room divide, a 6-word message becoming the fault line between those who believe in Jeudy and those who think the fire's gone cold. And here's the wildest part. Not long ago, this franchise pushed all its chips in on him. 3 years, $58 million, full belief. And he answered last season. 90 receptions, 21 games over 100 yards, 4 touchdowns. Last year, he was electric. This season, he feels stuck in gear. Just 32 receptions, 395 yards, and a single lonely touchdown. For your WR1, that's a staggering collapse. And it matters. Because schematically, this offense is built around Jeudy's gravity. He's the guy who stretches the field, pulls double teams, keeps defenses honest. When he's quiet, everything else suffocates. Defenders crash downhill, bottling the run, smothering the pocket, and suddenly the entire offense gasps for air. Stefanski knows it, which is why his comment about Jeudy's ball security technique sounded like more than routine coach speak. It felt like a warning masked as encouragement. Something is simmering behind those doors in Berea, something too loud to ignore. When a coach has to step to the mic and defend his star's mistakes, you're not just coaching, you're managing tension. And now with Shedeur Sanders officially locked in as QB1, the equation gets even more complicated. The rookie admitted it himself. We're still building our rhythm. He needs time to learn Jeudy's route tempo, his tendencies, his tells, which basically reveals the truth. This relationship is still in chapter 1. But the clock, it's almost out of pages. At 3-8, Cleveland is hanging by a thread. They practically need to run the table just to squint at the playoffs. And next up, the San Francisco 49ers. You want a test? That's the test. One of the most violent, well-schooled defenses in football. A team that punishes hesitation and devours mistakes. Every eye in that stadium is going to be locked on Jeudy. How does he respond? Does he turn this chaos into fuel, or does the pressure snap him in half? Sunday may decide the future of this offense, of this season, and of Jeudy's role in it. So let's talk Cleveland. Drop your verdict below. Does Jerry Jeudy still have the fire to carry this offense? Type believe if you think he's about to roar back. Type enough if you've seen enough. Because whatever you choose, one thing's undeniable. This isn't just about a fortune cookie quote. It's about something deeper. A unit with zero stability. No receiver thrives cycling through quarterbacks like radio stations. Shedeur has talent. Real talent. But he's still digesting the playbook. And Jeudy, a receiver built on rhythm and swagger, looks like a man searching for both in the dark. But maybe, just maybe, this is his pivot point. The moment frustration becomes gasoline. The moment those 6 words become prophecy. Not coping, because Cleveland needs a spark, bad. And this fan base, this dog pound, they don't fold. Rain, snow, heartbreak. They fill those seats, bark their lungs out on 3rd down, believing when the roster gives them no reason to. That's why this hits like it does, because they've seen Jeudy dominate. They know he can take over games like a wildfire. They just want that version back. Hungry, explosive, unignorable. Maybe that fortune cookie message isn't just a quote. Maybe it's a promise. Challenges will only fuel your success. Maybe it's Jeudy talking to himself, reminding the world who he used to be and who he still could be. Because if one word defines Cleveland football, it's resilience. This city has been knocked flat more times than anyone can count. And yet, every time, it stands back up swinging. Now, the moment belongs to him. Jerry Jeudy has a chance to rewrite the story, to seize Sunday against the Niners. No excuses, no safety net. Either he proves he's still that guy, or the locker room starts looking elsewhere. The season hangs by a thread, but the dog pound's spirit, untouchable. So tell me, Cleveland, comeback or collapse, rise or fall, fire or fade? Sound off in the comments. And if you live and breathe brown and orange like we do, smash that subscribe. This is Cleveland. This is heart. This is Browns football. Loyal in pain, loud in victory, proud forever. Then came the cryptic teammate posts, lines about accountability, working in silence, letting performance speak louder than quotes. Fans started connecting dots, and suddenly this wasn't a post. It was a full-blown locker room divide, a 6-word message becoming the fault line between those who believe in Jeudy and those who think the fire's gone cold. And here's the wildest part. Not long ago, this franchise pushed all its chips in on him. 3 years, $58 million, full belief, and he answered last season, 90 receptions. Something major just dropped in Cleveland, a move off the field that nobody saw coming. It didn't just nudge the locker room, it shook the entire dog pound to its core. This wasn't your average midweek headline. This one hit different, arriving just days before the most anticipated matchup of the year. The first NFL start for a kid carrying one of the most storied surnames in the history of the sport. A storyline built on legacy, emotion, pressure. Pressure only Cleveland truly understands. And yes, this move reshapes the entire energy heading into Sunday. Stick with me, because what leaked out of Berea pulls back the curtain on a side of this young quarterback most people never knew existed. If you bleed orange and brown, smash that subscribe button right now, because here in Cleveland, we live every snap. We feel every hit, every roar, every heartbreak and resurrection this franchise puts us through. What just happened is bigger than football. This is about family, identity, pressure, belief, and the name at the center of it, you already know. The Browns enter Week 12 trapped inside a swirling season, a true roller coaster, adrenaline highs that made us dream, brutal lows that took the oxygen out of our lungs. Yet through every stumble, this fan base refuses to fold. At 2-8, Cleveland is clawing for a spark, searching for life, desperate to prove to the league that there's still fight left in the 216. The AFC North remains a battlefield. Ravens, Bengals, Steelers throwing haymakers while the Browns regroup, rebuild, and test their youth. And right in the eye of that storm stands Shedeur Sanders, the son of Dion Primetime Sanders, football royalty. But Shedeur didn't get handed anything because of his last name. The kid dominated at Jackson State, stood tall in the Colorado spotlight, survived the draft boards, and now he has his shot, wearing Cleveland's orange and brown with the weight of a city on his shoulders. The city is holding its breath. But before the first snap, Shedeur made a move off the field that sent shockwaves through the fan base. Alongside his family, he announced a collaboration with the Passion for Ezra brand, dropping an exclusive limited edition shirt honoring his first NFL start, Game 12 of the season. The design? A statement. QB1 stamped across the chest, number 12 repeating like a heartbeat, full season schedule, and across the back, one word heavy as steel, Sanders. This wasn't a promo drop. This was a declaration. It said, "I'm here. My legacy is real, and I'm ready to carve my name into Cleveland history." Sources say the idea came straight from Shedeur himself. Not his agent, not marketing, but him. He wanted the moment to feel bigger, to bridge his story to the fan base, to start building something that lasts, and instantly everything shifted. This wasn't just a quarterback earning snaps. He was stepping into leadership, on and off the field. The reaction was violent and immediate. Cleveland Twitter exploded. Half the dog pound was hyped, saying Shedeur injected the swagger this offense lost years ago. The other half wasn't sold, worried it's too soon for merchandise and branding noise. But deep down, we all understood exactly what it meant. He's planting his flag. He's saying he's not afraid of the moment. He's here to own it. Inside the locker room, the vibe changed. Reports say Shedeur was composed, focused, mature beyond expectation, spending late nights studying film, running reps, dissecting plays with the OC long after practice ended. Deion Sanders told USA Today that his son approaches every snap like it could be his last. That comment hit Cleveland like lightning. A rookie backup suddenly became the face of possibility, a spark, a pulse, a reason to believe again. You could feel it across the streets, in the bars, in the breath of this city. From a football standpoint, Shedeur Sanders doesn't just step under center. He changes the offense. He brings movement. Sound off in the comments. And if you live and breathe brown and orange like we do, smash that subscribe. This is Cleveland. This is heart. This is Browns football. Loyal in pain, loud in victory, proud forever. Then came the cryptic teammate posts, lines about accountability, working in silence, letting performance speak louder than quotes. Fans started connecting dots, and suddenly this wasn't a post. It was a full-blown locker room divide, a 6-word message becoming the fault line between those who believe in Jeudy and those who think the fire's gone cold. And here's the wildest part. Not long ago, this franchise pushed all its chips in on him. 3 years, $58 million. Full belief, and he answered last season, 90 receptions. He brings creativity, improvisation, and that backyard ball instinct that can ignite an entire offense. His 4-for-6 line against Baltimore doesn't even scratch the surface. Watch the film. When the pocket stayed clean, he kept his eyes downfield, extended plays, hunted big moments. And now, with a full week of preparation under his belt, word is Kevin Stefanski adjusted the playbook specifically for him. More rollouts, more bootlegs, more opportunities to move, escape, and create when the play breaks. Chemistry is forming with the young wideouts, the running backs are ready to carry weight, and the offensive line knows that kid is their responsibility. Across the sideline, Las Vegas may sit at 2-8 as well, but don't get comfortable. That defense is aggressive, turnover-hungry, and violent at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a gut check, not just for Shedeur's arm talent, but for his composure. Sunday isn't just a football game, it's an audition, a test of belonging, a moment where the world finds out whether he's simply stepping in or stepping up. Sunday, Allegiant Stadium, Vegas roaring like a furnace. On one side, the Raiders trying to protect pride in front of their home crowd. On the other, the Cleveland Browns clawing to end a 3-game slide and find a heartbeat. The air will be heavy enough to feel in your chest. Shedeur Sanders walks out for his first NFL start wearing number 12, carrying an entire city that lives equal parts heartbreak and hope. This game might determine whether Cleveland fights forward with purpose or accepts a rebuild from the ashes. Kickoff 4:05 Eastern, CBS and Paramount Plus. And trust me, every eye in the league will be watching. Cleveland has never feared the climb, never run from long odds, and this could be the beginning of something real. Drop a comment below. Is Shedeur the future? Type QB1 if you believe he's the answer, or wait if you're not ready to crown him yet. Let's see where the dog pound truly stands. 9:45, a closing that hits the heart. No matter how the scoreboard reads, there's something powerful about this moment. Watching a young quarterback take command of the Cleveland Browns feels like renewal, like breathing fire into old bones. That's the beauty of this sport. The past sets the stage, but the future writes the script. And Shedeur, calm presence, famous bloodline, and a work ethic built from steel. He's authoring his own story through sweat and persistence. That shirt drop wasn't fashion. It was connection. A message that he understands this city, understands its scars, and wants to carry that Cleveland weight with pride. Even in a bruised season, pride here runs deep. The dog pound is made of belief, noise, sweat, heartbreak, and refusal to quit. The record might look ugly, but the soul of Browns Nation, untouchable, unkillable. Now it's your turn. I want your voice. Can Shedeur Sanders turn this moment into momentum? Can this spark light something real in Cleveland? Or does this team still need time to grow into what it could be? Drop your thoughts below. The best takes might show up next video. This is Browns Nation, strong through pain, loyal through chaos, always believing that one day this city will lift that Lombardi. If you feel that heartbeat, if you ride every yard like we do, hit subscribe and stay locked in, because nobody lives Cleveland football like we do. From a football standpoint, Shedeur Sanders doesn't just step under center, he changes the offense. He brings movement. Sound off in the comments. And if you live and breathe brown and orange like we do, smash that subscribe. This is Cleveland. This is heart. This is Browns football. Loyal in pain, loud in victory, proud forever. Then came the cryptic teammate posts, lines about accountability, working in silence, letting performance speak louder than quotes. Fans started connecting dots, and suddenly this wasn't a post. It was a full-blown locker room divide. A 6-word message becoming the fault line between those who believe in Jeudy and those who think the fire's gone cold. And here's the wildest part. Not long ago, this franchise pushed all its chips in on him. 3 years, $58 million, full belief. And he answered last season. 90 receptions. Thank you guys. See you next video.